Hi there everyone, this is GoldBroGaming. Same shirt, the hair is down, the glasses are on. We've come from Luigi's mansion and right on to sunless skies. Y'all know when y'all see these glasses from now on that we're going to be doing something where I'm doing a lot of reading. I just came prepared this time. Last time I think I actually had to put my glasses on in the middle of the stream. Like, no, we ain't doing that. The glasses are on and we are ready. In our last episode, we got our captain well set up. We recruited some new people, we got ready, and I really learned that A, I can't do no voice acting, and B, I'm terrible at imitating voices. But we have fun, and that's what the whole point of this channel is. We're gonna have fun, so I gotta fix this. Ignore that. I didn't realize I was all twisted up like that. Anyways, here we go, guys. We're gonna dive right on into it with a continue, and hopefully we will not die this episode. Because there's so little I know of this game. I mean, I have always been attracted to Lovecrafty and stuff. I have not played the Sunken City or anything yet, but I did play the hell out of some Bloodborne. I mean, y'all have no idea. I got into Bloodborne and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Lovecraft Dark Souls. I enjoy it. It's Gothica. And I had so much fun and I died so many times and I rage quitted so many times until I came back to it. Now I can actually beat about half the game before it gets decently challenging. Now we did all this last time. We're still in New Winchester, as you can tell, and I've also transferred over the camera. I haven't really figured out where I want the camera to be for this, because you see, off to where we were last time, because I suck at pointing. It's not this way. I think it's actually this way. I always get confused at which way to point on the camera. But, you know, where we were, wherever we were, it was covering up that bar, but now I realize the camera's partially obscuring this little New Winchester bit. But forget it. We'll be fine. Anyways, it is now the 19th of March, 1905, which is 2 months. Yep. Anyways, or no, 3 weeks. What am I saying? 2 months, 3 weeks, whatever. Anyways, so we are ready to embark. So let's go over here, and we have our journal. And I know how to say journal. I'm being silly. With the fastidious inspector. To report Prosper. Prosper lies in the south-southeast of New Winchester. So if we go to our chart, south is this way. I know that much. It's down. So south, southeast, east is this way. So we go this way. You see that? You see my amazing directionalities? We're gonna go that way. Anyways, we're gonna try to do the fastidious inspector today. So here we go. Unlock me. And off we go in our cute little Orphean. Wait a second. I'm not used to the map not being tied to M. Like I keep wanting to hit M and that's just not working. Is this an obstruction or can I fly over this? We're about to find out. No, there's trees. Fade back, fade back. See, I figured it out before I hit it. No, haven't I been down here? Wait a second. I'm already going off course. No, it says I haven't been down here, so we're going down there. I've got to check it a few million times, guys, but we'll figure it out eventually. However, I do not think this is definitely not southeast. This is southwest. This is south-south. Anyways, guys, so now we're actually getting into it. Wispy condensation trails across the sky. The ghost of passing trains. Go, my little bat. I always forget I have him. We need to name the bat. Your scout returns. What has it found? Okay. What has it found? Did it find anything? I remember these. I remember all three of these. He did not find anything. He failed. The bat has failed. For all its PhD, it didn't take a PhD in exploration. So now this is a proper southeast. There's St. Cantor's Still. Which I don't know. I guess a still is where you make beer. So maybe that supplies all the beer for this area, am I right? Lord, just look at this. It's beautiful and yet awfully foreboding and slightly laggy. Don't you be giving me no... Oh, are you bad? Are you evil? Are one of you evil? I'm not evil. I won't shoot you if you don't shoot me. Young's found. This is a lighthouse. Will you look at that? It looks like BB-8. Okay, now I don't... Am I still heading south-southeast? I mean, I found Youngstown. Go on, my little bat. I realize that uses supplies, but I'm so afraid of us getting lost. You prod your bat It begrudgingly admits finding something. Well, that's your job. Okay, so there's something over in this corner, so we're going to that corner. Let's go. Woo! Now, I actually did have a question from an awesome friend, and yes, this game is very much Lovecraftian exploration. You can stumble upon literally anything. That's kind of like what Fallen London is, and like in my first video, I will encourage you to play Fallen London. It's free, it's fun, and you know, there's a lot worse games you could play out there. Like, it is a great game. Go again, my bat. Because I suck at directions. Because I feel like this is still not southeast. We're going south again. I know south isn't a direction, but saying south is boring. Saying south is more fun. A report from your scout. It found something. It's being useful. Now there's something way awfully far down here. That's southwest. I'm pretty sure that's southwest. Look at me. I'm probably gonna be wrong. One of y'all probably sitting there and be like, "Hey, you know what? You're wrong." Feel free to comment it. Like and subscribe. Tell me I'm wrong. I love it. And I'm hearing some weird noises. This is turning a bit into Subnautica. We are the little engine that could. Always trying. Oh, I learned the other day, this is our terror bar. Because I actually scrolled over it without realizing. Nightmares untroubled. So, what is this? The underground draws in. The calls of the unknown. Gargantuan beasts rattle your engine. Here, the reach runs wild. Well, I don't know if I'm ready for, like, gargantuan beasts. Could it be north? Could it be southwest up here? Isn't that, I mean, southeast? That's more east, ain't it? Oh gosh, guys. I hope I don't get us killed in our first episode. That was so sad. A stopped clock. The Fastidious Inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship clock had stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it. She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. Permit it. You prefer things to be right more than twice a day. Decline. You pay engineers to deal with that sort of thing. Why not let her permit it? An opportunity for conversation. I love an opportunity for conversation with you, guy. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back of the clock off and has spread the tiny cogs across the table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The Fastidious Inspector is attempting to fix your locomotive's clock. Thank you. The Fastidious Inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short, dark hair. Sounds a little bit like me. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. Inquire about her work, discuss the reach, compliment her skills, or bid her a good evening. We'll start at the beginning. What are the duties of an agent of the Horological Office? A higher calling. She sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. The hours trade. That does sound interesting, doesn't it? Ask for news of London. The seat of the empire lies in far-off Albion, where a man-made sun burns in the sky. Another sun blazed there once before her renewed majesty conquered it. Homesickness. London sits in her coat of smog. Courtiers squabble at the foot of the throne of hours, hoping to receive endowments of years. Meanwhile, hard-working civil servants, labor to ensure everything runs as it should. Was there a touch of archness there? All is normal. I miss her, though. There is no city like London in all the skies, and Albion is very different from the Reach, much more civilized. It's hard. It's hard to keep my voice that high. I'm actually trying, y'all. Discuss the Reach, the wide, wild frontier, sunless domain, but impossibly verdant, with gargantuan vines, cathedral-sized bronze woods, and livid fungal archipelagos. Far from home. It has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion and the steady light of the clockwork sun. The sunless reaches are so misty, and quiet. She pauses. Pause. But critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is a dubious shape. Now that is interesting. Hours feeding London. I love this sort of thing. It confuses the heck out of me. Ask about the hours trade. You've heard the Empress awards her favorites with gifts of years to extend their lives, and you can become rich mining for hours to satisfy London's hunger for them. So like hours is a literal thing you can find, and they extend your lifespan. I guess that makes sense. The tangles of time. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. By what? Killing them? How does... You serve your... Maybe they slow it down so some... Where? It does not make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like... It does make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and now even more have been found in the Reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I don't know how to look wistful. Is this wistful? Is this wistful? I don't know my wistfulness. I hope someday to retire with a modest pension of years myself to prolong the better part of my retirement. Well, she's got it down, don't she? Like, that kind of makes sense. Okay, we've done that. Ask about the Winchester War. The Reach is torn by discontent between London loyalists and the more independent settlers. There are those who feel that London is a long way away, and that they do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them tackities. For the bobnail boots, they are so practical out here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Wentworth Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interests in the region. Sometimes very earnestly indeed. The tackities call London loyalists stovepipes. For our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. I avoid looking at you. And you, Captain, where do your sympathies lie? Oh, you asking me who I am. This is a character-building question. We have with London. You remember your heritage and the queen who led you to the skies. With the tackities. These are new lands. Why should old rules or old masters hold sway? And you feel no loyalty to either side, of course. Perhaps you'd rather be left alone. Perhaps you are undecided. Perhaps you see the conflict as an opportunity. Who are we, guys? Who is GoldBroGaming as Captain, or I should say, my Lord, Otiga? I honestly don't think we feel either way. Do you guys? Feel free to comment below, but what side would you take? Are you a stovepipe, or are you a tackety? Well, right now, we're of neither. What a remarkable indulgence, she remarks with a raised eyebrow. Don't you be judging me, honey. You're the one who I'm giving a ride to. Toss your butt out. Okay, we've inquired about her work. We've done this. We can compliment her skills. Her hands are deft and sure. She polishes and cleans and reassembles. A compliment. Thank you, she says, a small embarrassed silence. I'm embarrassed. It's possible. The inspector is pleased. It's rather hard to tell. Bid her a good evening. You have work to do. I've got work to do. Bye, bitch. Sorry, that slipped out. That's my one for the video. Parting. And to you, Captain, I think I shall make a cup of tea. The girl just calling me one right back. Okay, well, let's see. Go on my back. Go again. Oh, Lord, I am low on supplies. I was just at port. Your scout complains about the cold. It found nothing. Well, I feel like We should be coming up on a port soon. I'm not too afraid. I mean, we're exploring. We're getting out there. It's like in Subnautica, you know? I'm pretty sure we're pretty southeasty. I don't think I can stop in these places. Lord, I'm starting to get that foreboding feeling now. Now that the fastidious inspector is out of the way, what is going to go on? Go again, my mate. Oh yeah, now I see where my supplies is. It's right down there. And once again, nothing. Your scout has nothing to report except that the sky is vast and the winds bite. Oh, that's so useful, scout. Yeah, y'all are gonna see me clicking back and forth between the map and this. Oops. We found Williams Weld. Williams Weld. We're gonna call it Williams Weld. So, go again, my bat. We need a port. We need supplies. We need quest stuff. We need to not lag. We lagged for a moment there. Yes. Oh, he's found something. Oh, he's found a port. That's where we're heading. We're heading right there for... that's right, yes. A station. We found a station. We're heading there. I'm getting them mixed up. I should say station, but whatever. Look, guys, we've not died yet. Be proud of the little things. And our little train, the Orphan, it only moves so quickly. In fact, it is now the 24th of March. Some time has passed. Just look at this design. I thought that was moving. It scared me for a second. We have all this greenery. Okay, yeah. Turn and go down. Whoa, whoa. What in the world is this? It looks like a, interesting Posy Park. And look, here we are. We found experience. You can earn... okay. There's the dock, Captain, a signaler declares. The crew are relieved at the thought of solid land, and this place is... Titania. Okay, yeah. Pedal in. Thank you. I'm having issues. I'm only a level 1 captain. I can only control this so well. Get in there. Oh, screw it. I had to bump something. Valentine Square in Titania. Titania is kept in the petals of a colossal orchid. Heady with scent, lured with color, an enclave of bohemians have made it their home, seeking inspiration in the wildness of the reach. So, we're Bohemia. We're associated with Bohemia. Y'all remember that, right? Like, we are the artist, we are the poet, we're associated with Bohemia. So maybe we can see. We have Recruit the Rat Bridge, and we have no way to actually... oh, wait, never mind. So we have Recruit the Rat Bridge, Oberon's Landing, in a Porphyry Font. Porphyry? I'm not saying it again, so y'all can just guess. So we're going to start with Oberon's Landing. The port unfurls itself, welcoming you ashore. This perfumed haven was intended for thinkers, artists, philosophers, and poets. Instead, you enter its main dome, to find yourself surrounded by arguing bohemians in the unfinished cells of buildings in a variety of styles. Nobody looks happy, but everyone agrees it's someone else's fault. It's your fault. You're a liberal. You're a conservative. You're gay. You're straight. Even in 1905, in a different dimension, people still fight over stupid crap. Meet with the rhapsodic mayor. Write a port report and explore Titania. Now, I remember that when we got our information from the wonderful 4 captains, that they actually said something along the lines of writing port reports and then turning them in somewhere. I don't remember where exactly, but we can do this eventually. So, such beauty, such a pity about the nearby Chorister hive. Chorister? We're going to go with Chorister. 1,000 voices. What is Titania? A question with no easy answer. To the poets, a place of inspiration. To the stoneworkers, an untouched slab. To the playwrights, a blank page. A place of tranquility, of creation, and your interviewee pauses, suddenly looking worried. Do you hear buzzing? Apologies. Must get inside. You can't see or hear anything, however. You must assume it's just force of habit. So they're apparently near something that could eat them, I'm guessing. To earn rewards, hand you reports into the Indurate Veteran at Victory Hall or the Prudent Secretary at Company House. Both docks are near New Winchester, and yet I found neither of them. So, I'm guessing that whichever one you decide to give it into, the Victory Hall or the Company House, that might also affect things a bit. Like, I don't know exactly how it could affect things, but we're learning as we go. But I'm sure there's a reason there's a difference between those two. Now let's see. We can meet with the rhapsodic mayor. As first amongst founders, she gets Titania's only office. The mayor is only available when the port is undamaged. Is the port undamaged? Yes. Titania's petals fill the air with a perpetual perfume, but eventually you become accustomed to it. Even so, the scent of the many flowers in the mayor's small office sends your senses reeling. Makes my nose want to itch. Obviously unaffected, she sits behind her desk and gestures for you to take the other chair. Ask the mayor about Titania. Ask about work in the port. Return to the square. We'll ask about Titania first. How can a place like this flourish out here in the dark? Flower of the high wilderness. A spectacular place, isn't it? We couldn't believe that nobody else had colonized it after, well, whoever built all the crystal domes and spires. Honestly, I can't believe our luck. This sounds foreboding as all get out. This sounds like somebody got wiped out. They got ate by something. Y'all should not have settled here. It was a bad idea. Ask about work in the port. Even a place like this must want for something. A polite refusal. The rhapsodic mayor shakes her head. I think you will find us most self-sufficient, Captain. Enjoy your visit. Take in some poetry. If I think of anything that we might require, you'll be the first to know. Oh, why, thank you for your polite refusal. Return to the main square. There's nothing more to be done here. Well, that's about sums it up. Now, we can explore Go away, Artiga. Wait. Click to spend character points. Okay. This is new. A moment of reflection. Choose a facet. Grow stronger. We are scarred. A spell imprisoned. An interlude in red and gold. A scandal. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay. Then now if I click one, is it just going to automatically accept it? Like, what happens if I... A scandal. You are the gossip of London's salons and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of political opinion? A torrid affair or a parade of debauchery? Oh, this is so interesting. What else do we have? An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. How colorful the other guests were, how red the curtains, how gold the fittings, how secure the locks. Eventually you were allowed to leave. Was your recovery genuine? Oh, so that's like an insane asylum. A spell in prison. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to Newgate, the stalactite prison of old London. Its dock was thick as tar. Its cells were small as pantries. How did you spend your days there? And then we have scarred. You came close that day to death. It left its mark. Was it that nearly what was it that nearly killed you? Okay, so this is obviously how we build our different, our hearts, our veils, our iron, and our mirrors. So, gosh, I wish I could poll with you guys. We could really build this. Each of these obviously affects a single measure. Like, it looks like Scandal affects our hearts. And, so they all have different things. So this is more about not only setting up who our character is, but also giving them the bonuses. So, based on who our character is, let's think. I don't think we've been to prison. At least not yet. We might have to double back to that. Maybe we were in prison, we've just forgotten. And I don't think we were mad. So we have a scandal, and we have scarred. What can scar us, I wonder? An engine accident or an attempt on our life. Ooh, dramatic. And what was the scandal again? It was a torrid affair or a parade of debauchery. I don't really see us debauching ourselves. In fact, I think the bonuses are the same. No, they're different. The mirrors and veils. So we have a torrid affair, or we have... this is hard. This sounds interesting. An attempt on your life. There's a bullet scar beside your heart. You have learned since to be more judicious in your choice of friends. I love it. A betrayal. The torrid affair is so dramatic, but this one really just strikes you even deeper, because we've all had those romances. We love romance. What is really worse than a broken romance? It is being betrayed by a friend. We've been betrayed by a friend. There you go. I picked that. There we go. We have increased our stuff, and so we can actually look down here, and I'm guessing it'll be different. We'll have to see as we go. So we leveled up, so that's good to know, especially for our next guy, for when I'm sure we'll eventually accidentally die. Explore Titania, such a glorious place. Every step reveals new wonders. The jewel of the reach. Lights sparkle through the jeweled petals onto the marble white paths wherever you explore. Poets and singers perform their latest works, while artists peer behind canvases to try to capture the beauty in oil and chalk. In the horrors of the high wilderness, this is a place of safety and wonder, where nothing could possibly disturb the peace. What is that buzzing? Okay, yeah, the buzzing in the distance. I get foreshadowing. I'm a writer too. A horrible writer, but I'm a writer too. I know foreshadowing, and the buzzing in the distance is going to be an issue. So we'll have to return here later. I'm guessing that upon returning here, we're going to find some things have changed. So we have the I'm not going to say that again. A veiled pavilion rests in the curve of one of Titania's great petals. A veiled pavilion. Okay, yes. Here the melancholy poet gathers stories from skyfarers. She then arranges to pass them on to any artist or writer willing to pay for inspiration to spur their brush or steer their pen. We have donate a sky story, which we can't do any of this. I don't think we cannot do any of this. I'm just not going to read it off because we can't do it. Now we have the Rat Brigade. This sounds honestly both disease-ridden and almost adorable. What is this? Oi, down here. 3 rats glower up at you. They're wearing tattered military uniforms and carry rusted derringers. They're polite enough to point them elsewhere. Officers require a sign-on fee. Invite them. Oh my god, are we kidding? Oh lord. But now the issue is, don't we have the fastidious inspector as our... Okay, where is it? I did it right the first time. Officers. Yeah, we have a chief engineer. It's the fastidious inspector. Oh, it would be so adorable to have little ratties, but many hands make light work. Increases this by 10, but he gives us an affiliation with the establishment. He increases our iron by 6, and he gives us 2 hearts. We're sticking with who are you? The incautious driver. So we might come back to these guys. They look adorable. I love that artwork, but no. And I think that's everything for here. So let's reference our map. So the question is, it said southwest, like this way? Okay, so we have this whole thing. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that we can actually teleport out. So this isn't the whole map, in case you're wondering. Because you see, right here, this is a transit relay. Think Mass Effect. You know, whoosh, epic, quantum leap, all that. Now, I guess we go down this way? Or it could be down this way. It could actually be down this way. We're just going to go in a random direction, hope we don't die, and hope we don't run out of stuff and starve to death. And if we do, I'll just end the episode right there. I'm just going to be all southern about it, and the episode right there. Yeah, we're just going to... I'm afraid to use my supplies. Oh lord, we are low on supplies, aren't we? Well, if anything, we're learning where things are. So even if we do fail and die a horrible death, and Altiger's only advantage was venturing onwards for a short while before perishing in a starving fashion, at least we got to venture around. I guess we could technically head back. Maybe we shall. Seems like these places are obviously destined to change. Oh, look at that. That's creepy. One thing I expected is I actually expected more enemies. Don't jinx me, game. I'm not asking for more enemies. I'm just saying I expected more enemies. Yeah, we're just gonna go back the way we came and hope we can make it back to New Winchester. I think. You see, I'm still learning this game, guys. Don't hold it against me. If we starve to death, you know, we went on an epic adventure through the skies and we found Titania. So we at least found another port. And we found Williamsville. I mean, I guess Williamsville? Williamsville. I like the Britishness to understand certain things. And you'll hear that stuff in the distance. This has a foreboding little soundtrack. I hear evil monkeys and everything. Yeah, we should be able to... We're gonna go to New Winchester. Hopefully we're gonna, you know, get everything stocked up. And then we're gonna see how long the episode goes on for. Now, I don't guess I can pull up here, can I? Like, that's the only issue with 2D-ness. Yeah, that hurt a little bit. Everyone on the orphan's now looking at their cat. I'm like, why did you do that? They're like, why run into it? And you know what? I'm gonna have to use the dang bat. It takes some of my stuff. Come back, bat. Nothing. Okay, so we are gonna have to head back to New Winchester. I was actually hoping you discover something we hadn't discovered before. Ow! I thought that was a... The only issue with 2D and 3D is sometimes the rocks look 2D and are actually 3D. That's unfair. I'm already a bad driver. I can't be predicting what's gonna hit me and what's not. Cause look, we're going over all these bushes. Just look down here. Like, I always, like... Gosh, I don't even know what to call this. It's so interesting. And I'm hoping we're not about to starve to death. Well, where's New Winchester exactly? How can we hear it? We're still pretty far away. Familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Like, I love some of the references in this game. Just how it sets itself up is so perfect to me. Yeah, I see. I'm really hoping that we have like a 0 in there too. Yeah, we're on our last bit of, you see down here, just so you know, we have the fuel, and we have supplies, and we have hull. Our hull's doing fine, despite us hitting random things. But our supplies is rather low. And also, we've not done anything but gather a port report, which, remember, we need to gather multiple port reports for it to, you know, for it to get us stuff. They said more gets us more money. So, I think we just cut this way. Lord, I can't wait till it's like Subnautica and I know where stuff is. They're gonna be a bit. I think this game's gonna be a little more harder than Subnautica. Quite possibly. That's a compliment. I consider Subnautica hard. Okay, here we go. We made it. We made it back. Oh, so things do change. See? Some of this stuff wasn't here. Now the question is, if I explore the city, how do I get supplies? That is an interesting question. A scrubbed clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Halliges, the banking house. I promise this will take only a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. You have no idea. We're about to starve to death. He produces a folded contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, my lord. Very promising indeed. I mean, what? I made it to Titania. Is that hard? Might be. Maybe I did something big. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for the storage of your assets, absolute discretion, and steadfastness unto death and beyond. We require only a signature. You want my name? The offer is entirely complimentary. I assure you, at Halliges, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele. This will unlock a bank vault, allowing you to store... Okay, wonderful. There it is, done. There, it is done, whatever. I am certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, my lord. Well, you know, if we starve to death, it's not going to be that long. And I won't have that much of a lineage if we starve to death, because I doubt I'm going to be popping out eating children with them, food around. Seriously. You will be able to... Okay, yes, wonderful. We have a bank. We recruit the Fortunate Navigator. Okay, now we don't have a navigator. A Fortunate Navigator is thoroughly examining your engine's pipework. Hello? A Fortunate Navigator... Crucial bit, this. Look how it's been maintained. Beautiful. Your stoker beams. That was me. Mid-flight patch, too. Offer him a role on your locomotive. He's eager for a new challenge. This will give you the Fortunate Navigator, a first officer who increases your iron by 6 and your affiliation establishment by 1. So he give us a first officer. Because I thought there was a navigator position in there. No? No, there's not. Well, I mean... How much? 100 sovereigns? I don't know how I'm on. I'm sorry, perhaps not. You're interesting, but you cost too much money. I'm already low on money. It's already hard enough. Now, we have fully repair your hull. I'm not worried about my hull. Where do I get food? We have hire on crew. Okay, perhaps not. And we have... Where do I get supplies? I'm just looking around real quick, guys, because we've read through this before. So, there's no place to get supplies here as far as I can tell. Have tempted to go down there and just shoot those 2 other little trains flying around, but I think that'd be kind of evil. Little questionable, little evil. So we might be starving to death soon, everybody. Wonderful. Anyways, I was thinking about ending this episode before we starve to death, but how about we venture out a little further, and even if we starve to death, and I've learned my lesson for the next playthrough, so in episode 3 we're going to start another new captain, and hope that one don't starve to death. Because I'm curious what this is up here. There's something up here. Here we go. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, there's the blue... No, this isn't the blue... What is this? What are you? Victory Hall. Okay, so this is where we... Come on. Grab us now. Victory Hall. The Assembly. A coalition of independent-minded settlers, colloquially called Tacites, gather and argue here. Deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win the Tacites' favor. I told y'all that there was a difference. I knew there was. So one's the Tacites and one's the Stovepipes. So who do we want to support? You have Visit Victory Hall. Raised in the wake of the blockade of New Winchester, this magnificence of glass and steel houses is the Colonial Assembly. Okay, so we actually are... Let me check how long the episode's been going on. Clicky, clicky. Checky, checky. 38 minutes. That's plenty of a long enough episode, wouldn't you say? I've read off some, we've adventured some, we found Titania. Wasn't too eventful, but we've pushed forward, and that's what matters. Plus, we're almost ready to starve to death, so we can save the starving to death for next episode, am I right? Anyways, I know it saves upon us reaching the dock. So, it has saved. So, this is my challenge to you guys. What I want is you decide. Are we going to support the Stovepipes or the Tacites? I'll go with what you guys decide. Feel free to comment below or discuss it in the Discord. Either way. But, seriously guys, you gotta decide. Who are we going to be? Are we going to support the Londoners? Or are we going to support the Pilgrims? Are we going to... what are we going to do? Because I can't decide that on my own. This is our Captain Lord Ortega. And when he starves to death next episode, we're going to be like either again on Captain Lord Ortega, or we're going to be making Captain Hamburger. Who knows how to keep his supplies full. Anyways, guys, as always, I've enjoyed having you for this second episode of Sunless Skies. I hope you had as much fun as I do, because I always have fun when you're around, and I'll see you again in the next episode of whatever comes next, because, we've got Subnautica, we've got Amnesia, Sunless Skies, and the Retro series, which both has Luigi's Mansion and Super Mario 64, and other things I'm introducing. I'm really focused going into September on introducing new games, and just giving the channel some real variety. I felt like there was a little too much Subnautica, a little too much. I actually intended today to do Pokemon Masters, which just released, because I adore Pokemon. However, unfortunately, that hasn't worked out just yet. Hopefully, I can fix that within the coming weeks, and we can see some of that come out. we'll eventually see Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm playing for Watch Dogs 3. There's tons of retro games. With Amnesia drawing to a close, you might even see some new horror games soon, because I might not wait for Amnesia to finish up completely. I may start us on a new horror series, that way we have something going, so when Amnesia ends, we got something new, because I've had some great suggestions there. And anyways, guys, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again in episode 3 of Sunless, guys, or in whatever video you go to view next. Ta-ta for now, and bye. Bye.